Well, we are wrapping up the summer here of 2025 at Twin Eagles, and just want to give a recap of the things that we accomplished this summer. But first, let's talk about this closure that we just had on the Eagle course. The Eagle cultural practices on this closure were fairly light compared to previous closures of the Eagle. Just like we discussed last time on the Talon video, we're running out of summer here, so we have to be very cautious of how aggressive we get. That's why it's very important to do your aggressive cultural practices in the beginning part of summer, because the last closure, it's not always guaranteed. So we went with a smaller core tine on the greens of the Eagle. This is the exact same tine that we used on the Talon. However, instead of just spot treating known weak areas, we opted to go for the entire green. The greens here on the Eagle do have a lot more organic material, so as much as we can dilute that organic material by top dressing, will definitely help us out. As far as the rest of the Eagle course, we just went around with the slicer, similar to Big Daddy, but not nearly as aggressive, on all the tees, roughs, fairways, slopes, to give it one last chance to decompact and get some air movement down there in the roots just before heavy cart traffic makes its way this season. All the work performed throughout the summer had to be balanced with the challenges that we faced, particularly in the weather. We received 43.7 inches of rainfall during this summer closure starting in May. That brings our year-to-date total to 48.78 inches. Now, this wasn't as much rainfall as last summer. Last summer was a record rainfall here in Southwest Florida. However, it still was challenging, especially with two golf courses that are notorious for being wet conditions. We even experienced some severe lightning in the area, which damaged a lot of irrigation components on both the Talon and the Eagle course, even a lightning strike on 14 Eagle Green, which is still recovering. Despite these weather challenges, it was still a very productive summer, and I like to highlight some of those major accomplishments. From an agronomy perspective, we carried out aeration aggressive verticutting on the tees, greens, fairways, and roughs. One of the standout efforts was using Big Daddy out here on the Eagle course to help break up some of that rock. A tough job that's helping relieve some of that compaction and improving overall turf health. We added nutrients to help build the soils, especially in turf areas that have struggled in the past, along with many other cultural practices. Infrastructure and course improvement was another key focus, with drainage being the highlight of the summer. We completed major drainage projects, especially on this Eagle course, repaired many irrigation components, which we still continue, and we also rebuilt one of our pump and motors, which failed on us on the Eagle pump station. Not to mention we had many cart path improvements and curbing to help with that drainage and make it a smoother ride as you travel through the golf course. We also made important strides in course preparation, root pruning, scout bunker faces, and even tested a new burn method on those bunker faces, which I gotta say is healing up quite well. On top of that, we also recontoured fairways and approaches on both these courses. We expanded the tied-in landscape beds to reduce mowing and pesticide use and overall enhance aesthetics, all of which reduce our turf acreage by over 9 acres, which is going to help us reduce on our pesticide usage and mow and maintain this area a lot more efficiently. And finally, we hosted many events through the summer, including the Florida Open on the Talon course, which was a fantastic opportunity to showcase the Talon course and all the hard work that went into prepping for that event. All this sets us up well for the months ahead, but it's important to remember that some of the work still needs time to fully heal. We still have drain lines out there in sod areas that need more time to establish. These improvements are long-term investments, and their benefits will continue to increase as the course matures. While we are proud of the progress made this summer, it's important to recognize that the coming months will be the most challenging stretch for these golf courses. With increased cart traffic, coupled with cool days and reduced sunlight, naturally puts stress on the golf course. However, think of the course conditions like the stock market. We will have some dips every now and then, but if you zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture, you will see that we are going to constantly make progress year after year. None of this work would have been possible this summer without the hard, dedicated staff that we have here at Golf Course Maintenance. I can't emphasize that enough. They come in, day out, tirelessly in the heat of the summer to get some of these jobs done. Also, a big thank you to the contractors that came this summer to help with these two golf courses and push us to the next level. And of course, a big thank you to the membership who continue to support our team here in Golf Course Maintenance. You're the true reason why it's possible to get many of these projects done to help these golf courses push forward. We sure hope you've enjoyed the summer maintenance series and got a good look at behind the scenes of what we do here in the summer months in golf course maintenance. It's been a long summer for Ruby and I. I think we're going to take a quick vacation before we get in the heart of the golfing season. Thank you all so much for watching. Y'all take care now. Bye.